Welcome to another drill analysis segment from Chiron Performance, where I help coaches design more meaningful practices using the science of skill acquisition so they can learn to win. Today we're going to be looking at a drill from Steph Curry. I know it's another basketball drill, but I recently had the opportunity to spend some time with an NBA team, and I've been doing a lot of thinking about basketball. I promise I'll switch it up next week. As always, before I get started, I want to give a quick disclaimer. I'm not being critical. Getting athletes to develop their skills can be a challenging job, and I do these segments to help coaches understand how skill acquisition can help with that process, give them the principles they can apply in practice, and learn to win. With that in mind, let's have a look at this week's drill. Here we've got NBA All-Star Steph Curry doing a dribbling drill while wearing occlusion glasses and catching a tennis ball. I know what you're thinking, Derek, who the heck are you to give Steph Curry tips about how to improve his practices? Well, I've worked with champion coaches in all sorts of sports, and the simple fact is even the best athletes and coaches can use support for learning design. This is a bit of an interesting drill. I'm sure there's plenty of people out there who saw what he's doing and are blown away and started doing it themselves. And I'm also sure there were plenty of people who were left scratching their heads and wondering what the heck this has to do with basketball. In my opinion, it is a bit gimmicky, but there's probably some merit in what he's doing and also some things that can be improved. So let's dive in. First of all, what do I like? What Steph is doing with this drill is something called dual tasking. That's where we add a secondary task to the main task that we're performing. This can be really useful for determining how automatic a skill has become. Usually when a skill has been automated, it frees up capacity to do another task. Unsurprisingly, Steph is pretty good at dribbling and performing a secondary task. So I think it's safe to say that his dribbling skills are quite developed or automated. The glasses he's wearing are called strobe glasses, and they have lenses that turn on and off to limit the vision of a performer. You'd typically see goaltenders or batters wear this type of equipment during training to help improve anticipation. I don't really know what benefit it provides here, however, other than possibly making the dual task of catching the tennis ball more difficult. While dual tasking is commonly used for measuring automaticity of a skill, it isn't used that often as a method of training. It has been used to train balance in older individuals and people with neurological impairments, but the research in sport is limited. So what are some things that can be done to improve this drill? You see a lot of these types of videos out there on the internet, but I'd certainly approach doing this with caution. I would recommend using another method of dual tasking with a probe. This is where I'd get the athlete to perform more realistic tasks, perhaps dribbling while moving, while playing letters, words, or music clips in the background. At key points during the drill, I would get the athlete to call out the last letter or word that they heard. This can be a really helpful way of getting athletes to spend less time thinking about their actions and adopting an external focus of attention. However, if I was doing something like this, I would probably try and find ways to improve the specificity of the drill. It'd be really easy to come up with variations of the drill that change in difficulty. You could make it easier by ditching the glasses or slowing down the tennis ball, or you could make it harder by having the athlete move around and perform more sport-specific actions. Finding out where the skill breaks down could be a good guidepost for developing skills. A big question for me, though, is how does this transfer to the game? I don't know what the exact motivation of the drill is in this case, but my guess is that it would be limited. It looks cool and is no doubt challenging, but there's probably other things you could do to get more benefit. So in summary, we've got a dribbling drill that is a good way to test automaticity of a skill and the limits of development. There's also the potential that it could provide some training effect for dribbling, but I'd approach that cautiously. We could change the drill by incorporating a more sport-specific test of automaticity by using a probing technique. And if we were going to use this type of drill, then it would be important to look at finding ways to manipulate the drill to hit the right challenge point and really test how developed the skill is. So that's it for this week. If you'd like to discuss having your drills evaluated to help grow your coaching and find new ways to learn to win, get in touch with me through my website, www.learntowin.com.au, or shoot an email to derek@learntowin.com.au.